Alright guys, trying something new today, standing up today. We gotta talk about Shohei Ohtani. This is one of the perks of being on the West Coast. You know, you get the late night news and you're kind of up for that. If you're on the East Coast, most people are already asleep by now. It's being reported out of Anaheim, California that Jeff Fletcher of the OC Register, one of the Angels beat reporters, has reported that Shohei Ohtani has cleared out his locker in the Angels clubhouse. He's played his last game as an Anaheim Angel. This is it. And you know, honestly, like, I'm not an Angel fan, but I'm honestly disappointed too. Angels overall are a disappointing franchise. They're a disappointing team, top to bottom. You kind of wanted to see a little bit of a send-off, right? Like, obviously not gonna make the playoffs. We all knew that from way back when. But you wanted to see a little bit of a send-off, and you're not gonna get a send-off. As an Angel fan, I would be devastated. I mean, I can't even imagine being an Angel fan. Shohei Ohtani will not get a send-off in Anaheim in an Angels uniform. We have seen him play his last game as an Angel, and that is pretty crazy to say. I was just waiting, like, as baseball fans, we were waiting for the last game for Shohei to be an Angel. It appears as though it has already passed us. Like, he's already played his last game as an Angel. This is pretty breaking stuff. This is crazy stuff here, but again, this is entirely shocking because we knew Shohei Ohtani was hurt, right? So, like, that's the thing. It's disappointing, it's shocking, but it's not at the same time. Shohei Ohtani is going to get Tommy John surgery. It's going to be second Tommy John. Tommy John back in 2018, I believe. He's recovered pretty well. You know, he's been an all-star pitcher, an all-star hitter, you know, a Hall of Fame pitcher and hitter at both in his MLB career so far. Shohei Ohtani is an elite talent. He's a generational talent, like a literal generational talent. We may never see this again in our entire lifetime. So I appreciate Shohei while he is here with us. Guys may come up and do the two-way thing, but at this elite of a level is pretty ridiculous. And unfortunately, though, the downside to, you know, Shohei doing this stuff is, you know, kind of ravaging injuries, right? He's been kind of ravaged with injuries down the stretch here in 2023, playing on a horrible Angels team, and that doesn't help either, right? Playing on a bad team, the bad culture. Let's be honest, the Angels have a bad culture there. Laundry list of stuff that the Angels have done over Shohei Ohtani's tenure. Not even Santa has a Christmas list of a naughty or nice list. Like, the Angels list is ridiculously long for stuff they have endured over Ohtani's time. I mentioned back in January, I made a video in January. It got like 35 views. It did not get many views at the time. It was like kind of the dead time of, you know, the MLB offseason back in January. It's on my channel, go check it out. I don't even remember what I said exactly, but I just said the Angels' time is ticking, the clock is ticking. They had to stick to a plan, right? And they kind of sort of did. They sort of did, but it wasn't the right plan. It wasn't the right plan, and obviously it's completely backfired on them. They realized that, and if they were halfway smart, they would have realized that to begin with, but they're not. And so now they are between a rock and a hard place. It's ridiculous what the Angels have gotten themselves into. I'm sort of shocked MLB hasn't even stepped into their, you know, to their place, because they have a ravage of problems. They have a ravage of problems not only from the team, but as a franchise standpoint. Artie Moreno was supposed to sell in the offseason, and then he didn't sell. He backed out and said, nope, I'm not going to sell. I'm going to keep being owner of the team. And obviously, he does not know what he's doing. The Angels have spent money over the last 10 years, but they have not spent it wisely. Players have come out of that organization and said themselves that the Angels, you know, organization culture is not good. It's not good. It's the complete total opposite of the Dodgers culture, which is very good and players speak very highly of, you know, even down in the minor leagues. Angels, not so much. The Angels players have said, you know, CJ Wilson has said the Angels, you know, culture is terrible. Ohtani last played in an Angel game on September 3rd, 2023. The likelihood might be his last game as an Angel, September 3rd, 2023 against the Oakland Athletics. I believe that was up in Oakland. September 3rd was Shohei Ohtani's last game in an Angels uniform. That was the last we saw of him. Before that, you know, he was kind of like struggling. He scratched before games because he was dealing with an injury. He wanted to play, or the Angels wanted him to play, then he didn't play. You know, he's out for a few games. He last appeared in a game on September 3rd, so that's almost 2 weeks ago from now, right? So in this point of time, Shohei Ohtani is done as an Anaheim Angel. The last pitching appearance was August 23rd against the Cincinnati Reds. That was over at Angel Stadium, where he won an inning and a third after being pulled. This goes back to the Angels culture. Like, they have handled this entire situation in 2023, to be specific, horribly. It's been like frustrating as a fan to watch how horrible this Angels franchise is at handling Shohei Ohtani. Like, They have a Corvette, a Lamborghini, whatever, and they don't know what to do with it. I mean, it is ridiculous how they have handled Shohei Ohtani. They've just driven him recklessly into the ground. Let's just be honest. They have driven him recklessly into the ground, and he's now paying the price for having a second Tommy John pitched every other sixth day. The Angels have gone with the 6-man rotation and DHs, but the Angels have just shamelessly handled Shohei Ohtani. They do not care. That organization needs a complete revamp, right? Social Art Moreno, the owner, he needs to sell the team. Ohtani's 2023 stats go as follows. Now again, he's gonna win the MVP. It was my pick to win the MVP. There's a lot of picks to win the MVP. He's gonna win the MVP, even though he's missed the entire month of September. That's fine. He's gonna win the MVP. In fact, I was gonna do a video before this news came out on why Ohtani should have won the MVP, just to have a video for a talk's sake. But he's gonna win the MVP. Spoiler alert. His stats go as followed. His pitching stats: 23 games, 10-5 record with a 3.14 ERA, 132 innings, 167 strikeouts, and 1.06 WHIP. Those are really good stats for a starting pitcher. Batting stats go as followed: just under 500 at bats with 497, a 304 average, 44 home runs, 95 ribbies, 20 stolen bags, and 1,066 OPS. So MVP written all over him. With a shout out to Corey Seager and Julio Rodriguez to finish 2 and 3, but Shohei Ohtani will be your MVP despite missing the entire month of September. It'll be his second MVP in 3 seasons after winning in 2021. So Shohei Ohtani, already well accoladed. He's gonna go to another team in free agency, right? This is what's next. He's gonna get the Tommy John. It's gonna be announced. He's done as an Angel, and I think he's done entirely as an Angel. I do not see him re-signing in Anaheim. I would just be completely shocked. Plus, for the Angels, obviously you want to make that Ohtani money. The Angels are serious about winning. They got to move on. Like, rip the Band-Aid off. They got to move on. In fact, they've already been open to trading Trout. Like they said publicly, they will trade Mike Trout. Anybody want to take Mike Trout's contract? Raise your hand. Already said in the last week they will trade Mike Trout. So the Angels are kind of embracing this kind of new era. Without Ohtani and Trout, potentially they're okay with moving on from them. The Angels are just they're not a well-run franchise. I don't know what else to say. Just shouting from the mountains, they are not a well-run franchise, and that's no secret. You can see this unfolding from a mile away, and they don't know what to do. If Ohtani is done as an Anaheim Angel, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So where do you see Ohtani signing? Ohtani has said he's going to be able to play next year. He's going to be able to hit next year. I don't think he'll be able to pitch, but he will be able to hit next year. I'm not sure if he's ready for opening day, but he will be able to hit. He needs to get the surgery ASAP, and the quicker he does that, the quicker he can return to play next season. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Where do you want to see Ohtani go? Do you think your team has a chance to sign Shohei Ohtani? Do you want to sign Shohei Ohtani despite all these allegations of his injury concerns? Do you want to sign a player for $500 million to be a DH? We don't know the trajectory of Shohei Ohtani's career, but can he pitch on an elite level? We will not know until we see it. I would love Shohei in Dodger Blue. I've said that plenty of times already, but obviously I will love him in Dodger Blue. I think the Dodgers would treat him pretty well and give him everything that he needs in order to succeed. In conclusion, the show is over. I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you for tuning in. I will talk to you guys again next time. Later.